San Diego to supply city with recycled sewage water. A California brewing company has made beer using recycled sewage water from the Pure Water San Diego program, and the beer is apparently delicious. About 85% of San Diego's water supply comes from the Colorado River and Northern California Bay Delta. The rest comes from local runoff and rainfall. The Pure Water San Diego program transforms the city's water system by recycling the wastewater leaving homes and businesses. The wastewater is treated in steps, including ozonation, biological advanced carbon filtration, and membrane filtration, before the water goes through reverse osmosis and UV advanced oxidation. The Pure Water project aims to turn enough wastewater into drinking water to supply 1/3 of the city's needs by 2035. The beer, brewed with recycled water, may soon also be available for sale. Interested in sampling one? Say no to safe spaces on YouTube. Support TomoNews at patreon.com/TomoNews. Keep watching for more innovative recycling projects worldwide. Cameroon turns human waste into clean power. 2 towns in Cameroon are installing biogas systems to turn human waste into sustainable energy that can provide fuel and electricity for local communities. Organic material such as animal waste is placed inside an airtight tank where bacteria and archaea break down the material. This releases biogas, which is a byproduct that is a mixture of mostly methane with some carbon dioxide. The biogas can be stored and burned as a fuel for cooking and to power electricity generators, while the rest of the waste can be used as fertilizer. The biogas system installed in Cameroon connects a septic tank to biodigesters, linked to individual households. Human waste placed in the septic tank is converted into biogas by the biodigesters, and this releases energy into people's homes. More than 3,000 households and local schools in 2 towns have reportedly installed the biogas system. It is estimated that the project may reduce greenhouse gas emissions in the vicinity by up to 60%. The project was initiated by Bioenergy Cameroon, a non-governmental youth organization. The group trains local students, especially female students, on how innovative technology like solar power and biogas work. Waste plastic can help build cheaper homes. A New York startup has developed an innovative way to recycle waste plastic, converting it into an alternative building material that can be used to build affordable housing. The bifusion machine can be powered by propane gas or electricity. It can process all types of plastic waste. The plastic waste does not have to be reprocessed. Instead, it's shredded inside the machine before it's made into a new material called replast and compressed into bricks. The replast bricks are not as strong as concrete, so are reinforced with steel rods, wire, and layers of mortar. The company said replast has been used in projects including retaining walls in New Zealand and California, which have withstood environmental tests including earthquakes. The company has so far raised around $30,000 of a $250,000 target on Indiegogo. On its campaign page, it says the bifusion machine will likely be available in the US by May next year.
50,000 oysters reintroduced to New York's Jamaica Bay to help clean the water. New York has teamed up with the Billion Oyster Project to embed 50,000 oysters in Jamaica Bay in Queens with the use of recycled toilets. The New York-New Jersey Harbor estuary was once filled with oysters, but due to overharvesting, dredging, and pollution, the bivalves died out in the area. Oysters are considered keystone species. A single oyster can filter as much as 50 gallons of water a day, removing chemicals and other pollutants. And oyster reefs stabilize shorelines, prevent erosion, and act as a buffer against hurricanes and tropical storms. New York City officials and the Billion Oyster Project will build one central donor oyster bed with 50,000 adult and spat-on-shell oysters, along with 4 receiver beds. For the receiver beds, a mixture of introduced oyster and clam shells along with old toilets broken into small pieces will help create a foundation on which new oysters will cling. Once the oyster installation is complete, water quality will be monitored for future improvements. The beds will also be evaluated for the recruitment of new oysters. The project is being funded with a $1 million grant from the U.S. Department of the Interior. New York's Department of Environmental Protection is contributing $375,000. The Billion Oyster Project and students from the New York Harbor School are assisting with the installation and monitoring of the oyster beds. The project is coordinated by the school and aims to restore 1 billion live oysters to New York Harbor by 2030. That's one royal treatment for oysters.
Say no to safe spaces on YouTube. Support TomoNews at patreon.com/TomoNews.
Carbon turned to stone in climate change breakthrough. Researchers in Iceland are hailing a potential game changer for climate change after successfully converting carbon to rock. The project could help to reduce global warming by burying the waste CO2 produced by burning fossil fuels. Scientists at the Hultasheyri geothermal power plant in Iceland have converted carbon dioxide into the volcanic rock basalt. Researchers pumped 230 tons of CO2 into rock 500 meters underground, dissolving the gas in water to prevent it from escaping. More than 95% of the gas turned to stone within 2 years, speeding up a natural process that takes hundreds or thousands of years. A potential problem for the technique is that it requires 25 tons of water for every ton of buried CO2. However, researchers say seawater can be used, which is abundant at coastal sites. The project is seen as an improvement on existing carbon capture and storage methods that store CO2 as a gas, causing concern about potential leaks.